So, Matty, do you think this year, more than ever in the last couple of seasons, that you have depth in most positions, that you feel pretty confident that your depth at the club is at an all-time high almost?
Yeah, I don't know if it's an all-time high, but we're very confident with the depth that we've got in our playing list at the moment. Darren Glass is obviously a great leader, and he's extremely excited about the guys coming through in the back line, and they've been around for a while. From a midfield point of view, it's fantastic. Adding Mark Lacroix and Sharad Wellingham into it this year is going to give us great flexibility and good depth. So, and Joshy before was just mentioned the depth in the forward line. It's exciting, and it's what you need. Injuries are going to be a part of the game, and for us, knowing whoever is in the side will perform a role for the team.
That's the key to winning a premiership, though, isn't it? Having that sort of cover. It's only round one, but it does set up pretty well for the year.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to be a part of the finals footy, but you've got to earn that right. So we'll be doing everything we can over the 22 games to make sure that we give ourselves that opportunity.
How do you feel when you see people tipping you to finish on top, or top four, and everyone seems to be talking West Coast in Melbourne?
You don't take too much notice in it. It's so far away, and we've got so much work ahead of us. We know that we've got to win, the majority of our games to give ourselves an opportunity. So that's our focus at the moment.
They say a derby is like a final, or the closest thing you can get to a final. How do you feel about it being in round one? You don't really, aside from pre-season games, you don't get a lot of time just to get used to the physicality of what is expected.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's fantastic. Round one's got so much excitement around it. We've been working so hard over the pre-season. Supporters want footy back, and there's no greater way to start it with a derby. So be great intensity, great excitement, and we're just looking forward to getting out there.
Is it harder to judge how Fremantle are travelling, considering it's been a pre-season, you haven't seen them in rounds 1, 2, 3 or 4 or whatever?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of round one. You don't really know how your opposition is going to run out and who's going to be playing or what their form is going to be like. You just got to make sure that you get your structures right and you play as hard as you can, and the result will take care of itself.
Do you probably know more about them than any other team, considering they're down the road, or would you not know as much?
You can only go on previous performances, and we might look at things from towards the end of last year where they were in great form and playing some great footy. So we're looking forward to this week being round one.
You spanked them in pre-season though, didn't you? I mean, can you take anything out of that, or do you think that maybe they weren't showing all their cards back then?
Yeah, I don't think you can take much out of that. It was 30 minutes of footy, and we all know that 120 minutes of footy in round one is it's probably as hard a challenge you get throughout the year. You've got your first real big hit out with full match intensity. So it's a great challenge, and we're just really looking forward to it.
Do you expect it's a different start to the season to have the one game and then a week off. Do you expect the guys to go in harder, or the intensity to be harder this week, knowing that you've got that week's break afterwards?
No, not at all. Every time you step out to play AFL footy, you give absolutely everything you've got. Whatever happens the week after, it doesn't really come into your mind at all.
How have you improved from last year to hopefully make the next step up the ladder, or to get yourself to a grand final?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to us being able to play 4 quarters of Eagles footy. At times last year we let sides kick too many goals in a row, and at times it costs us the win. So we need to make sure we win enough games to, one, make the 8, and we'd ultimately like to finish top 4 and give ourselves a chance to really win a flag. So yeah.
Curry's out, so you'll probably draw the fire or shoot. One of you two will cop probably Crowley. What are you expecting there, and how have you gone in the past?
Whoever Crowley goes to, we'll make sure that we help that player, and obviously Luke played on him last year and did a really great job for us. He played his role for the team, and we can do things around stoppage structures, that sort of thing. So it's just another opponent that the boys have to play against. They've got a very, very strong midfield with great depth, so we've all got roles to play and opponents to beat.
Is it almost a relief though when you see someone else cop the heavy minding job, or like Curry normally does?
Yeah, Curry's in the past has really played some great roles for us. He might not be able to win as much of the ball or kick the goals, but there's roles that he'll play within the stoppage that like guys like myself and Shuey Selwood get to pick up that work rate.
In terms of the ruck situation this week, can Coxie do it by himself, or does he need a bit of support for that?
Yeah, I don't know what way the coaches will go with selection. Coxie's fit enough to run out a game of footy, and that's been his strength over his whole career. We've got some young guys coming through. Scotty Lyssett's been great this NAB Cup. If Sinclair gets an opportunity, I'm sure he'd love that. So we'll just wait and see what way selection goes. But whoever it is, we know they've trained extremely well throughout this pre-season, and the midfielders are very lucky, whoever it is.
How's Natanui tracking? Is he probably likely the week after this one?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what week he will return, but he had his first hit out with us last week, and he lit it on fire. So he thinks he's pretty close, and we hope he is too.